Hello, learners, and welcome back to the class of Environmental Awareness and Disaster Management. Today's session is about hazard and vulnerability profile of India, components of disaster relief. In this session, we will be learning about need for conserving natural resources, methods of conserving natural resources, and disaster management in India. Need for conserving natural resources. Conservation of natural resources is essential as their overconsumption, careless use, and exploitation have caused the following problems. 1. Deforestation. This is the act of cutting down of forests for non-forest uses such as agriculture or urban development. Without sufficient reforestation programs, removal of trees can cause loss of biodiversity, decline and extinction of species due to the loss of their natural habitats, soil erosion, conversion of fertile land into wasteland, climate change, increase in greenhouse gases leading to global warming, change in weather conditions due to damaged hydrological cycles, and loss of long-term income and biological productivity. 2. Desertification. This is a type of land deterioration where a once fertile land starts losing its water bodies, vegetation, and wildlife, eventually becoming a desert. The main cause of desertification is overexploitation of soil due to human activities such as deforestation and overgrazing. 3. Extinction of species. Earth is going through the sixth mass extinction of species, known as the Holocene extinction. This mass extinction is mainly due to human activities related to overexploitation of natural resources. With extensive deterioration of ecosystems and biodiversity, several families of plants and animals have become extinct. 4. Oil depletion. This is the lowering of oil production in an oil well, field, or area. The supply of natural oil is limited because the natural formation of oil takes millions of years. 5. Soil erosion. Soil erosion is a natural process caused by geological factors such as water flow and wind movement. However, human activities have unnaturally increased this activity by 10 to 40 times, causing severe loss of nutrients in the soil. Methods of conserving natural resources. Conservation of natural resources is an integrated effort by the governments, industries, and local populations. Some popular methods of conserving natural resources are: 1. Conservation of fresh water. This can be done by adopting methods such as rainwater harvesting, preventing water pollution, and reforestation. People should be educated to use water judiciously for their daily activities, such as drinking, bathing, washing, cooking, etc. They must ensure that taps are closed when they are not being used and take less time in the shower. 2. Conservation of air. The quality of air in urban cities in developing countries is a critical concern. Every year, health warnings are generated in cities like New Delhi and Beijing on account of air pollution and heavy concentration of particulate matter in the air. 3. Conservation of soil. Although soil is a renewable resource, it replenishes very slowly. Soil erosion is a natural process where the topsoil is washed away naturally by winds and rainwater. This layer of soil is the most fertile for the growth of plants and crops. 4. Conservation of forests. There must be strict implementation of laws against cutting down of trees in the forests. Forest officers must remain vigilant against forest fires and other hazards. 5. Conservation of fossil fuels. The depletion of oil can be slowed down by using public transport more than personal vehicles for traveling. Switching over to electrical vehicles is another option. Disaster management in India. The conservation of lives and property during natural and man-made disasters is known as disaster management. It is a multi-layered plan to address issues such as floods, hurricanes, fires, mass failure of utilities, rapid spread of disease, and droughts. Due to India's unique geoclimate conditions, India is vulnerable to natural disasters like having recurrent floods, droughts, cyclones, earthquakes, and landslides. Different regions in India are vulnerable to different types of natural disasters. Phases and responses. Mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery are the 4 phases involved in the process of emergency management. 1. Mitigation. The efforts and attempts to prevent hazards from developing into disasters or reducing the effects of disasters when they occur can be called mitigation. The mitigation phase focuses on long-term measures for the elimination or reduction of risk. It is a part of the recovery process applied after the disaster has occurred. 2. Preparedness. When emergency managers develop plans of action for when a disaster strikes, it is known as the preparedness phase. The communication of plans with easily understandable terminology and a chain of command, along with the development and practice of multi-agency coordination and incident command, are some of the common preparedness measures. It is important to have proper maintenance and training of emergency services. 3. Response. The mobilization of the necessary emergency services and first responders in a disaster area is known as the response phase. It includes the first wave of core emergency services such as firefighters, police, and ambulance crews, which are further supported by a number of secondary emergency services such as specialist rescue teams. 4. Recovery. Restoring the affected areas to its previous state is the main objective of the recovery phase. Recovery is concerned with issues and decisions that must be made after the immediate needs are addressed. It is primarily concerned with rebuilding destroyed properties, re-employment, and the repair of other essential infrastructure. Here we have completed this unit. Thank you and see you again.